Yeah. All right, guys. Well, welcome back to Mad Mouse
Mad Mouse Minute.
Mania.
Sometimes Mondays.
Mondays.
Sometimes Mania. We don't really know.
Yep.
Here's
We have a very comparable mouse to our last thermal take, and that is this classic HyperX. I'm just gonna call it the HyperX FPS because everyone on our mice is named Pulsefire, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I don't understand why have a name here if you're not going to make... Like, this should be the name of the mouse, and that should be the variant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then we make a new one, you would go Pulsefire Pro.
I mean, don't worry about that, because they're not even owned by HyperX anymore. They're owned by HP.
Yeah, that would be Omen pretty soon. Which is kind of sad, because I felt like Omen
HyperX
actually had some...
By HP Omen.
Some cool designs. Like, maybe they weren't the most popular, but I thought they were cool. Like, because they had those headphones that cooled your ears. Mm-hmm. They had the mouse with the metal cable that the butt adjusted. Mm-hmm. Like, I've never seen another mouse manufacturer do anything like that.
The reactor mouse or whatever it was.
And I'm not saying those ideas were great and perfect, and they're just interesting.
You get free technical support with it as well. Look at that.
Guys, if you're wondering,
free technical support.
This Pulsefire FPS doesn't even have drivers.
That's true.
Which is the good thing about it, because they did something right. HyperX always did this. They would come out with their first product being perfect, basically. Mm. Where it, like their keyboard too, remember? It was just a 104 key with blues. Nothing crazy. No RGB.
I have that one.
Yeah.
The full size, yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. For $100, that was real good.
Yeah.
And this mouse too, they come out with no drivers, 400, 1600, 800, 1600, 3200, I think, for DPIs.
That's it, yeah.
That's it. Done. Bam. Right-handed mouse. Perfect. And then what do they come up with next? The Surge.
Hey, that was decent. It was just heavy.
And then what do they come up with next for the keyboard? RGB thing with a built-in wrist rest that's not really a wrist rest with all these media controls and knobs that are garbage. Is what they come out with.
I think if the Surge weighed less than this mouse, even though it's smaller than this mouse, it would have been decent because it was actually almost like a...
The buttons hit each other.
A sense, yeah, but that happened on the Pro Wireless as well, and that was a
not nearly as bad though.
$50 mouse. That's probably because the Logitech caught it beforehand. Yeah, but that one double clicks like a mofo eventually. Like it will happen.
I still have my Surge that's not fixed. Because I forgot to do the.
I think I returned mine. I just couldn't use it anymore. All right, where is that? Wait, actually, no, I'm sorry. That graveyard. Okay, I guess I'll just break out the old.
Oh yeah, it's got for a mouse that was like $35.
Break out the old keys. I was gonna say with these. Thank you. Not sponsored.
Here's what happens to Cerakote. If you look at the lip edges on those, see it's kind of shiny. That's where the aluminum's peeking through. It does eventually kind of wear off on wear marks essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's got a really fancy box for a mouse that, and I think I even got this like 50% off too. Like this is one of the ones I got with the accommodation.
Yeah. You gotta take it up. Yep, you gotta take it up, and you gotta actually flip it over because it's taped. They tape it to the packaging.
You gotta tape it because...
You gotta actually peel it. Oh my lord! It's like cemented in there. Crying out loud.
It's been there for...
a while. Don't worry about it.
4+ years? 3+
4 years?
Oh, you ripped the label off. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's tossed.
Because this is my second one. I already... and I ended up giving this to somebody because I built them a computer and they had a shitty mouse.
So you gave them that?
Yeah.
Did that happen with, wasn't it your Mamba as well?
Yes.
Wasn't that, Adrian got that?
Yeah.
You liked how it was, super RGB, and then you're just like, yeah, it's fine, you can just take it. And you just want another one?
Yeah, and then I gave a Death Adder to, Lance.
Yeah.
I gave him my Chroma. Because I got the Orb Weaver. Not the Orb Weaver, the what is it? The Overwatch edition. Remember the Overwatch edition Chroma? The best Death Adder ever made?
Yeah.
So then I gave him my original Death Adder because he bought my SteelSeries 7G off me. Yeah, oh, you mean the strain relief that's not actually...
One. That's actually, yeah, it actually can bend.
Oh, it actually bends.
Look at that.
Wow.
Nice job, HyperX.
Because on our next mice, it's the same exact shape.
Not being
but it doesn't bend. See, watch, guys. Look, it bends.
Not being a cooler master. Or not a cooler master. A Corsair.
Look at those big... Here, look, they did this, right?
Yeah.
Too?
Yeah.
Giant feet. So much is done right on this mouse.
Yeah.
Where, like, I don't get how HyperX does it. Their first products are like near perfect.
Yeah.
And then people are like, yeah, there's a little bit wrong, and they like just overcompensate.
No lens rattle, so that's always good.
Here's the other thing. Remember, what is HyperX's best headset?
The Cloud.
Original Cloud.
Cloud Core. Cloud 2. Cloud Alphas.
Oh god, Cloud Alphas are just worse in every freaking way. And they're like, yeah, we spent time and we developed those for 2 years. Yeah, you know which ones were better? The ones that they just paid another company who knew what they were doing.
The Revolver.
Oh god, it's even worse. Alright, so here we'll get you... This is actually a really good angle because we're hitting that light right behind me. And you can see these angles of this mouse.
These beautiful
Here is the one complaint that a lot of people are going to have about this HyperX. The sides tip in from the bottom.
Yeah.
If anything, you want them to tip out or be mostly vertical.
You don't want it to go like that. There we go.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
You want it to be more like
So
flat
they do.
or in.
So when you pick it up, if you're like a guy that picks it up, no, the rubber grips on this help a lot.
Yes.
And if you get the Pro, it's got cushy rubber grips. I don't know if you remember that. We did that last in the last. If you guys go back to the last set of Mad Minute Mouse videos, we do the Pro, which that's what I bought when we were in Green Bay because I put my hand in on a shelf. I'm like, oh, because they improved the finish from this like really slippery black.
Did they fix the wheel? Because I remember the wheel.
No,
being,
it's just
like,
a shit.
Literally.
Do you feel it? It's just smooth.
There's no tactility
It's
to
just
it.
smooth.
Yeah, don't use
So,
that
like,
for switching weapons in games.
That's the one thing I will say that's a downside of this mouse.
Or bee hopping if you need like tactility.
But like shape wise, if you can get used to the angled top, and I'm not saying it's the most optimal because even mine when I pick it up, see how it'll droop if I'm not gripping.
Yeah.
But like for a first shot as a mouse, this was probably the best first shot I had seen in like a long. Cause listen to these.
Yeah.
Like those are.
They're decent.
And they're out of the way. I'm sorry, but I prefer side buttons guys to be like, yes, you have to put your finger up and hit them. But you shouldn't hit your side buttons when you're...
You don't want to be like the Vaxi.
Yeah. Well, no, there are definitely worse mice than that. Yeah, the issue with the Vaxi, the Zygon NP01, is that the front one, see how this is straight here?
Yeah.
It hooks down.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's way out of the way. There's my weird ass grip that I would grab like this, basically.
Yeah, that one, I feel like that mouse, you actually want to be way farther back. Like, it's even like a little big for my hand. But, to be truthful, like, I think this was a high point, once again, where HyperX started. And I understand, because there's not much to that mouse, they're selling it for cheap. Yeah. There's not much margin. Once they start adding RGB and can charge $100, that's where they make the big money.
Yeah. I think the only problem I had with it was, apart from the grips, like you said, you can slide out, was just the wheel.
Yeah, the wheel that is improved on the, not very much, but it is improved on the Pro.
It's definitely better on their newest one, whatever that is. The
Haste,
yeah.
Haste is like, go check out the Haste. It's like they took whoever designed this one, and we're like, oh, here's a job again. I mean, I know we fired you for 2.5 years, but like,
that one was prior to the Haste. I would say that's probably one of the best mice that HyperX has made.
That's because
straight out of the box is just good. As long as you can kind of get used to the shape and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the quirks that it has.
And like the fact that they need drivers.
Yeah.
Like, they kept it simple. It's just that, I'm sorry, but like cheap and simple actually doesn't make them a ton of money.
Actually, there was the Pulsefire Core. Was that what it was? That one was also pretty good.
I kind of remember. I have that one too.
Yeah, it's when we took the RGB diffuser out of it.
Yeah, because you lose a lot of weight by doing that.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 grams now.
So, but I would still say this is probably a better mouse than that one. But
straight out of the box, yeah. If you're just taking, you don't have to take it apart to get the diffuser and everything out of it, whatnot. Yes, I would say that.
And I felt like besides I remember Rocket Ninja gave it a lot of crap for the sides being like this.
You pick it up and just slide out your hand. Basically.
He's also a fingertip gripper. I'm gonna point out. I'm a palm gripper, so like this more fits my. I will say for you guys, when you're doing a palm grip, lock that thing. Put your hand this way. Normally on a palm grip, you want to like get up in it this way. If you put your hand in here and you actually feel it locks back more that way better, and then it fits your hand better. Whereas if you get up, like you try to push your hand on top, like put it on there and then pull back, it locks it in real good. It's just because like where the hump is and stuff, like it's wider, much wider in the buttocks region. So you want to lock against that.
It also feels really tall under like your left knuckle.
Yeah, so what you want to do is you
slopes off like real.
You really want to like
aggressively.
on the pull, make sure you're on there, and then it fits your hand pretty good because you're grabbing this back piece, not like a lot of palm grippers want to like pull up. But like I think concept wise and like execution wise, this is really well done, especially for the reverse mouse. The Pro made it a little bit better if you do like it. If you like the shape, I would say go down. It is much more expensive for the Pro though.
Yeah.
Like way more, even though it really doesn't. It's got a better sensor, but does it really justify the?
It's not that much better though. I mean, you're talking 3310 on this one versus the 3360. Like,
and
yes,
there are people like me that prefer the 3310. I don't know what it is because I had the Castor too. You go pick up that Castor.
Yeah.
It feels fucking mint.
I think the sensor was. I would say it's more raw because there is more like noticeable acceleration apparently. But it's a consistent acceleration on the 3310.
I don't know what's about it, but the 3310 is just like any of the mice that have that.
Yeah.
I can just lock in on them. Just
the Rival 300. I mean, that big one. You know, that was like a Buick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had that.
There's a lot of good 3310 mice. But I remember the Castor too. Like for some reason, like a lot of people forget that, but it's a good right-handed mouse.
I'm surprised they didn't bring that shape back. Didn't Mionix?
They're kind of dead.
I was gonna say
they're kind of dead.
I know there was like a French fry version of it and everything.
Yeah,
else,
I wanted a French fry version.
Same. And then they sell like a frosting one and whatnot too.
Yeah, well, they tried being a like hip, trendy brand rather than a like actual. Even though up until that point they'd always been like a technical focused brand. Yeah. Didn't really work out for them. Suppose they're coming back, but then COVID hit. Yeah. So I don't know if they're actually coming back or not. They're selling things again. Yeah. Like they're selling their keyboard was really clean. I don't know if you remember seeing it. Like it was like, and it had a coiled cable. Yeah. Like it was like
I'll have to check it out.
Really well. It was way too much for what it was. But if you just wanted a clean, simple, I think it was like a tanky-less. Just like the thing was, like very like kind of like the IA headphones. They're functional and very well designed. Like clean design, not like popping RGB all over the place and like that. It's just like. Oh, that looks good. Like
it's the job done.
Yeah, but it looks good while doing it. Like and not like
function over form, basically.
Yeah, but still has its form is like functional.
Yeah.
But I like the Castor. I like the Nous too. Love the Nous.
Yeah. That's besides for.
And I have the best Nous because I got it through their Kickstarter. They never ended up selling it. The QG.
That was the one that like SteelSeries did back in the day. That was like that.
Akari laser.
Yeah,
even better. Oh yeah,
that was a great shape, and the Nous was basically just a variant of that.
That was the first mouse that SteelSeries ever made.
And then like the Castor was like slightly less super aggro variant of it, but still a lot of.
So camera's overheating, so we'll finish up this one. Check this mouse out if you hadn't. It's probably super cheap now. I would have to imagine.
Yeah. Like $30.
And it's a great mouse. If you can get used to that, like I said, lock your hand back more on it, so you're not because if you're pinching it this way, like. That you're gonna slide up.
Yeah.
If you do like the shape, get the Pro. It is like $50 though for the Pro, and I don't think it's necessary. Like there are better mice for that money, probably.
Yes.
Like
the Haste.
Rival 106.
Only if you replace the switches.
And the cable. And,
yes.
And put some grips on it.
Exactly.
And then you make it a $150 mouse.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, let's get a top shot of this before the camera dies on me. There you guys go. It's a very like IME 3.0-esque shape, but doesn't feel anything like it. So, just something for you guys to try out. That like your bigger palm mice, especially with like a more backwards, back-ended grip. And we're way over a minute now, so subscribe and check out. Like I said, we have all of the 2019 line of Corsair products. Yes, it's 2021, guys.